First question, Ross Martin.
Hey, Armando. I was wondering if you could comment on the play of the freshman bigs, Daron Sharpe and Walker Kessler, what you saw from each one in particular that stood out to you.
Yeah, I mean, I thought for their first game, they both played good. Daron, he had a good, strong game considering the amount of time he got. Also, Walker, he came in and took advantage of his time, and I thought it was a good start for them. They both have been great in practice. I mean, Daron, he's a beast. As y'all can see, he's really good on the boards. Like, I thought I was pretty good on the boards last year, but like I said, like, man, he might shatter the double-double record the way he is on the boards.
Thanks, man.
Brendan Marks.
Armando, this is obviously a new backcourt from what you were working with last year. I'm just curious, how was it playing in an actual game with Caleb and RJ? And how is it different maybe from what you were used to a season ago?
Yeah, I mean, it was a different vibe. I mean, Caleb and RJ, they're really good defensively when we lock in, like in that stretch in the second half. When we really want to be a good defensive team, we really can be a good defensive team. And I think that's a huge difference with them two leading the backcourt. We do a better job of denying and not letting them get into their offense and not letting the point guard get the ball away and also keeping the ball on one side of the floor. I mean, we was a little sloppy, but I really do feel like we can be one of the best defensive teams when we really lock in.
Thank you.
Josh Graham.
Hey, thanks for doing this, Armando. Roy mentioned that the plan going in was for you to start the game and for Daron to start the second half, but due to him picking up 2 fouls, you ended up starting the second half. Was that something you and Coach Williams discussed going in, and how comfortable are you with that rotation?
Yeah, I mean, we loaded this year, so I mean, hey, just being able to just go in and play hard in the time I got, that's what I'm going to do. I mean, my only concern is winning, so.
But that is something you guys discussed going in?
Yeah.
Brian Keys.
Hey, Armando, just with the level of talent that this year's front court has, what do you think the ceiling is for this team?
I mean, we know that our first priority is just getting the ball inside, trying to get the other team's big man in foul trouble. And also just we feel like it opens up the floor for the guards too, because once they start sinking down on us, it gives them easy jump shots and things like that.
Thank you.
Vashti Hurd.
Hi, Armando. You're used to seeing the Dean Dome rocking. I just wanted to know your thoughts on the environment tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it was really different. That's something me and Garrison was talking about after the game. After the game, we was just like, it just didn't feel the same. I mean, obviously we got to motivate ourselves and the bench got to get into it more, but it definitely was a different vibe, but at least we got a good crack at it today going into Charleston.
Kiera.
Hey, Armando. So this season, did you notice that the health of the team being a lot better? You guys were super aggressive for your first game. All of you chasing after balls, going after, contesting every shot. Do you see the difference in the health of this team this year?
I mean, definitely. I mean, I feel like that played a huge role. I mean, because last year we were so tired. I mean, we had, 10 guys, some practices, 12 guys. So you're so beat up and tired. And then you got to turn around and play the whole game. I mean, it definitely was a war on our legs. But us having so many different guys and so many different bodies, it just allows us to go out there and attack in our time we got and just go out there and play hard.
Anybody else got anything for Armando? I don't see any other hands up. Thank you, Mondo.
No problem.
All right, Jacob Turner, you go first.
Hey, RJ, just curious what it was like for you tonight to kind of get your first start at Carolina and play in your first college basketball game here at Chapel Hill.
It was great just to, finally get my first game out the way. And, it felt great going out with my teammates. I haven't played basketball like a real full game since February. So for us to get this win today, it was great.
RJ, one quick question before I leave. When did you learn that you were going to get the start tonight?
I actually found out a little bit before the game. We all didn't know the starting lineups coming up until the game, maybe like 20 minutes into warm-ups.
Thanks, RJ.
Greg Barnes.
Hey, RJ, what's been the biggest challenge for you trying to learn to play the point guard position in Roy Williams' offense?
I think it's just taking it all in. I have to learn the 1 and the 2. There's a lot of big adjustments from high school to college. The change of speed and the pace of the game is a lot quicker. I got to get better on defense. And just talk overall. I think that will help us as a team moving forward towards the season. Just talking and playing harder.
Great. Thank you.
CL.
Hey, RJ, kind of piggybacking off of that question. What is it like for you to be off the ball a lot? I mean, was that something that you did a lot in high schools and in grassroots, or is that something that's more new to you this season?
I would say, I've played last my AAU a little bit on ball and off the ball. Obviously, with me and Caleb both being point guards, I think we complement each other well, with him at the 1, me at the 2, and then vice versa. So, I mean, it's not really new to me. The game of basketball, I don't really think, there's it's positionless. So I just go out there and do what Coach Williams asked me to do and just play my hardest.
All right, Brendan Marks, last one for RJ. We'll get somebody else in here.
Hey, RJ, thanks. Congratulations on the win in the first start. I was just wondering, Coach Williams said that, for as well as you played tonight, there have even been games or times in practice when you've played even more impressively. How would you evaluate overall the impact that you had, and how much more do you think you still have to show?
I think I made a great impact, as far as, just in doing my job was asked for me. I think I could have did a better job on the defense, whereas, just staying in front of my man, and, grabbing loose balls a little bit. But I think I felt like I did a good job for my, first game as a freshman.
Thank you.
All right, RJ, you're all done. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So about 3-4 questions for Dayron, then get Caleb into it.
All right, Josh Graham, you're first.
Dayron, I know this is a day you've been circling since you were in Eastern North Carolina and South Central High School. Give me a sense how expectations meet reality, even though there are no fans, for your debut.
Even though there was no fans, it was still exactly what I expected. My first college game, playing with Carolina, it was a dream come true. I always wanted this ever since I was young. So without the fans, it was still a great experience for me.
Ross Martin.
Hey, Dayron, how would you evaluate your big echo here? How would you evaluate your play and what you did well and what you think you can improve on? It seemed like you're pretty dominant when it comes to the offensive glass. Is that something you focus on as well?
I kind of don't really focus on it. I just go to the boards, So I'm a big guy. I like to move, high motor. So I'm gonna try to help my team win wherever I can help them at.
Mike Toper.
Hey, Dayron, nice to see you, man. What was the biggest thing that you learned from this game, considering that you didn't have any exhibitions to kind of get your feet wet there? What was your biggest takeaway from game number 1?
You got to play every game hard, It's not like high school. You start beating up on teams, they just give up and just let you keep beating up on them. In college, we had a lead on them, and then they called a timeout, came out of timeout, and then they tried to turn it up on us. So you got to play hard every possession and don't let up on nobody.
All right, Mark Armstrong, last one for Dayron, and then I think we got Caleb next.
Dayron, Mando called you a beast and said you may shatter the double-double record. What does it mean to you to hear your teammate raving about you that way after just one game?
It means a lot, because Mondo was close to beating it, and I feel like we all were good. We all good players in the paint and stuff like that. So it means a lot from one of my teammates. Definitely a fellow big to say that.
All right, thanks, Dayron. Appreciate it.
No
Get the next guy in here, guys. Thank you.
Get Caleb. Caleb's right here.
Greg Barnes, go for it.
Hey, Caleb, ask RJ the same question, but what's been the biggest challenge for you in trying to learn the point guard position in Roy Williams' offense?
Just taking better shots in the offense. Then also just the pace of the game, just knowing time and situations. When they get the big guys, get them some touches. So I think that's the biggest thing. Just learning better, learning how to be a real point guard and control this team, because the team goes as the point guard goes.
Have you been surprised how much Roy wants you to push the tempo?
No, not at all. Cause I've been here for a long time now. So I think just me playing out there this first game, I think I got a better feel of how the games are gonna go. So I'll get better at that as we play.
Thank you.
Kiera.
Hey, Caleb, just talk about your first experience as a college player now.
It felt good. Just growing up, you dream to be up in those. You watching those games. You dream to be here. So just me being here, just felt good. Playing out there, having this jersey on, and then playing for Coach Williams. It's just a great experience overall.
Thank you.
CL.
Caleb, what areas would you say that you and RJ already have kind of a good rapport going together on the court? And what areas do you say you still kind of need to figure out with RJ?
I think areas we have to get better at is just more chemistry, and then getting back on defense, because Coach wants us to get point guard, get back on defense. So we have to, and when both of us are in there, we got to pick and choose whoever's the point guard, who got to get back. And then what we got in common and what's better for us that I think we already have is just us as a backcourt. I think we so lethal. I don't think anybody can really guard us in a transition. And yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, bro.
Brendan Marks.
You're in the picture.
Hey, Caleb, congratulations on the start and getting your first college win. I'm just curious, you mentioned, having to learn the pace and getting familiar with that and comfortable with it in Coach Williams' system. How natural has being that leader and being that lead guard been for you, especially knowing that you and Caleb you and RJ have the potential to sort of slide between positions in the backcourt?
It's been better, just because Coach is the hardest on me, I think, in my opinion, about my pace. And then just in practice, he always preaching that on how I got to push the ball and get the ball up. So I think, like I said, I know how the games are gonna go now, so I'm gonna be better in the Maui Invitation.
Thank you.
All right, Mark Armstrong, last one for Caleb here. And then
Caleb.
Garrison here.
Okay, Caleb, I think everybody was relieved to see you back on the court. Kind of from your perspective, what was it like to flip over the back of that other guy? And has that ever happened to you in a game situation before?
No, that never happened before. It was crazy. When I had jumped because I thought he was gonna shoot the ball, and when I was in the air, I thought it was gonna fall on my head. So it was a real scary situation. But I'm just glad that it wasn't too much damage.
Thank you. We got G here now.
Thank you, Caleb. Go for it, Vashti.
Hey, Garrison, I just wanted to know your thoughts on the environment and a Dean Dome without fans.
Very different. Of course, you just see the cutouts. You just very few people. It's very different atmosphere. Most of the time, we get our energy from our fans, but luckily, we were able to generate our own energy off the bench and just come out enthusiastic.
Is it hard to generate your energy, or is that something that you feel like you guys will continue to develop as the season goes on?
I think we'll be able to develop it better as the season goes on.
Anybody else?
Matt, you're muted.
Yeah, Matt, you're muted right now.
Sorry, Jacob Turner.
Got you. Hey, Garrison, I'm just curious on your overall thoughts on how some of the freshmen played, in particular, Caleb Love and Sharpe and RJ Davis.
Yeah, I think Deron gave us a huge spark off the bench. Of course, just being himself, offensive rebound, a lot of energy, blocking shots. Caleb played really well outside of having that scary fall. I mean, he did phenomenal in his debut. RJ played really well also. Once he got settled in, I think he played well for us. I think that all our freshmen had their moments today where they played well, and I think that they're only going to get better.
Deanna King.
Garrison, you guys had a lot of balance scoring. That was not typical last year. How did you think team-wise the balance scoring was?
I think it's great. It's great to see a lot of people scoring your team, being very unselfish and
being able to have that depth to where anybody could score, anybody can really be the high scorer or not, I think that's great for us.
Brendan Marks.
Hey, Garrison, congrats. You had mentioned throughout the offseason yourself, Coach Williams, sort of everyone on the team who is back, the bad taste that last year left in you guys' mouths. I know it's only one game, but does this start to erase that? Does this performance sort of tell you how different this team is?
Yeah, I could tell this team was different once we got down one, and we were able to come back and really turn up on defense and make an impact in the game, and just keep battling back and just keep playing hard.
Thank you.
Greg Barnes.
Hey, Garrison. Roy noted earlier this week about not having exhibition games, not having a close scrimmage with another team, really kind of led to a lack of preparation. From your perspective, how important was it to finally be able to get out here and play another team that wasn't, an inter-squad scrimmage?
Yeah, it's huge. Just being able to get out there against somebody different. I think it's great that we got out here and we struggled a little bit at one point in time. I think we're gonna learn from that, but I think it's just moments we have to keep learning from. I think it's a step in the right direction though.
And with the chemistry component, going to Asheville next week for 3 games in 3 days, you played in a lot of these situations. How much do you think the team will be able to learn off the court as much as on the court in that kind of situation?
Yeah, I mean, you typically learn a lot in like situations like these. I mean, you play back to back, you have to learn really quick, and you learn a lot from film that you see yourself doing, and you can see what you can do to get better. So I think that having that film from today and having that film from the UNLV game, the next game, and the game after that would be great for our guys. So something they can learn from.
Thank you.
CL Brown.
Hey, Garrison, how much would you say the competition and practice among the bigs is kind of what lends to having a night like tonight where Armando and Dayron both double figures and Dayron and yourself both double figures rebounding?
Yeah, I think we compete very hard amongst each other. I think it's always our job to really make each other better every day, and I think that it's an advantage for us because sometimes I look and I think practice is better for the bigs than sometimes in game because I think we have like one of the best front courts in the country.
Thanks, man.
Brian Keys, last one.
Garrison, congrats on the win. You guys really had it rolling in the second half with the run, but what do you think the team needs to improve on starting tomorrow?
Just picking up on mistakes, learning from your own mistakes. Pretty much just not turning. I mean, just better shot selection. I think that's something we could always improve on. Seeing we can get better shots and seeing where we can pass the ball to teammates and just get everybody involved at times. And just keep growing as players. I don't know if it's something specific I just really want to point out to.
Thank you.
Thank you, Garrison. Thanks, everybody. Have a good Thanksgiving.